Hey everybody, welcome to Sophquest. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and welcome in if you're new to the channel. So I wanted to let you know the reading you're about to hear is going to span the time of about 2 weeks from the energy of that full moon we just had on Friday, the 19th of November, that was in Taurus, and the new moon that we're going to be having on December 4th in Sagittarius. So we're moving from the last week of Scorpio season last week to fire into Sagittarius season for the next 4 weeks. Now I know I didn't do a reading last week for you guys. I'm sorry about that interruption. I had to adjust to a change in my medical procedure, my schedule, the way I do it. And I needed time to fill up my own well so I have something to give to you guys, right? So thank you for understanding that. I do appreciate it. Again, this is going to cover 2 weeks, so I hope you enjoy the reading. And now, there you go, on to the reading. Hey Capricorn, I'm Spence, and today we're going to use 2 gorgeous decks for you. Firstly, I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. This is by Denise Lynn, and the Crystal Visions Tarot by Jennifer Galasso. So I hope you enjoy those today, and I'll start shuffling for you now. Why don't you settle in with me, Cap? How are you? How did you fare during that very intense Scorpio full moon just last week on Friday, on the 19th? This video is going to cover from that full moon, that lunar eclipse, like I said, all the way to the Sagittarian new moon solar eclipse on the 4th of December. So big times, big energies, and they're going to last let's just say the things that come up, the themes, right, will be revisited multiple times for the next 6 months or more, right? Yeah. All right, so Capricorn. Right now, Venus is in your sign, Capricorn. So hopefully money bodes well for you right now at this time. But Venus will be going into retrograde in your sign. So you just want to be mindful of that and careful that you're going to have to do a little bit of a budget tightening here by the end of December into January, right? Okay, next couple of months. All right, shuffling for you. Let's get you 3 oracle cards. So while I do that and pull them, why don't you just relax a little. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths with me. Let's bring down the cortisol, releasing stress, getting oxygen in the brain. Relax your shoulders and your spine. There's your first one. Nice. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Way to go, Capricorn. Maybe Venus in your sign is bringing in some luck and money during Sagittarius season with Jupiter there helping you out. Second card, discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Excellent. Clarity coming in. That's good. Breaking trail. What are you doing? And rainbow blessings. Absolutely beautiful. Blessings will be showering into your life. So, breaking trail, breakthroughs at hand, discovering truth, you stand in the light of truth, rainbow blessings. Blessings are pouring or showering into your life. Now that is beautiful. Nice, Capricorn. So whatever this is, I think you've been working very hard for it, and I think that it's coming in for you. All right, let's see what this is about. I'm going to do your 9-card spread and read 3 from under the deck. That indicates to me what's going on subconsciously. Whoops, one more time. I do shuffle beforehand, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more for you here on camera. All right. I appreciate your patience with me. I had to take last week off. I wasn't able to get my Benlysta infusion. I have lupus, and that's a monthly chemo that I have to do. And so they changed it up, got the rug pulled out from under me, and I had to adjust and figure out a new way to get the medicine that I need. So thank you for the patience. I just appreciate it. All right. I know these are going up late too. I also had issues with my internet provider for some reason. So I know they're getting up late. I didn't get them up over the weekend, and I apologize for that. All right. Gotta do what we gotta do, right? Gotta go with the flow. All right, that's well done. I think that's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the deck now. Capricorn. All right, the next 2 weeks, let's see what we have going on. The Lovers. 10 of Wands, okay. Page of Swords. Things have been, I think, a little bit intense for you. A little hard to deal with one way or another, perhaps in your relationship, right? Having to say something about it. I know you've been working through relationship issues in the last few months and just trying to get that back on track, I think, right, Cap? From the readings I've done for you previously. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Hierophant, making a decision about the relationship, the commitment, the day-to-day. How do we do this and how do we do it better, right? Five of Swords, because there's been issues and conflicts. Eight of Swords, and it's gotten in your head a little bit and you're maybe fretting and worrying about it. But Six of Swords to end the reading. Beautiful. You're going to be moving on. Smoother sailing, okay? I like to call that card problem solving. Problem solving. So the bottom three are all swords. You are definitely thinking very deeply about making a very, very big decision. On the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords, Fool, Eight of Wands. Okay. And considering, discussing, talking about a fresh start, a clean slate, whether it's with your person or not. You are on the brink of a brand new beginning, a clean slate, and you're ready for it to happen. I think you've been thinking about this for a long time, so whatever decision you make will be the right decision for you, Capricorn, because you have been sincerely thinking about this for quite a while from what I'm looking at. Okay. So again, breaking trail. There is a breakthrough here, okay? Something will change. It's like you've been... here's what I just saw in my head. If a gardener is tilling soil and trying to plant a garden and make something grow, okay? Make it fertile and abundant. You've been having to take a jackhammer. I just saw somebody trying to jackhammer through really hard soil. It's been hard for you. Something has just felt impenetrable, difficult to break through, and the breakthrough is coming. Okay, because you're going to discover some truth and because you're willing to stand in the truth. Tell yourself the truth. Be honest with yourself about it and be honest with your person about it. I do think that this is very potentially about a relationship and very potentially about a marriage or something that feels like a commitment, right? Now, if it's not and you're single as Pringle, then it could be about work. It could be about relationships at work. That is potential. But first and foremost, for like 80% of you, I'm seeing relationship here. And discovering truth, I think clarity is very important in the relationship. Truth telling, very important in the relationship. Honesty and trust. But also, just transparency where it's easy, right? Like it's not like pulling teeth, trying to have a conversation where it's just easier, right? Isn't that what you're wanting, I think? So rainbow blessings. You've been hoping and praying for a change. That change is coming for you, Capricorn. It is. It absolutely is coming for you. All right. Now, under the deck, sorry, I just had to change that for a second. Under the deck, I'm seeing the Knight of Swords. And this is someone coming in, or because it's mostly internal, it could be you coming in to talk to someone or, going towards someone to have a conversation about a brand new beginning. The Fool. Taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, moving on or moving forward. Either way, with the person, you're moving forward. If not with the person, you're moving on. Because Eight of Wands. Here's what I love about the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands isn't just quick movement and communication in the air, conversation, emails and texts and lots of, busy communications. It's momentum. It's like those arrows are already flying in the air, right? They've already been, if you think of Sagittarius with the bow, those arrows have already been shot off. You can't get them back. In other words, okay, there's momentum here. You are moving forward. And this is internal, subconscious. You're ready to move forward one way or another because you need and want change. And that is happening right now. Eight of Wands in the fire season of Sagittarius. All of those wands in the air. Momentum is happening. The change is happening. All right, so breaking trail, discovering truth. You know what you need to know to make whatever decision you're making about this Capricorn. All right, because I'm looking at the lovers. This is usually a love relationship, one way or another. If not, it's a choice. It's a very important choice because it's just been too hard. 10 of Wands. Once you get to the 10 of Wands, you can no longer carry the load. It's too heavy. It's too difficult. And it's unbearable. You know, it's like the 8th one was too heavy. It's breaking your back. The 9th one, too much. You're defensive. You've got a wall up. The 10th one, you know, it will break your back. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? So at the 10, we need relief. We need to make the change. So Page of Swords. It's time to make a statement. Say it out loud. This is the truth. This is what I need to say. This is my decision. Now at the Page, it can be a bit impulsive, right? Even angry, depending. It's something you just decide you have to say because that 10th one is too much. It's like, all right, here's what I need to say. Here's what I got to say to you. All right, it's like that. All right, because Knight of Pentacles, this has been going on a very long time. I think you've been doing your work every day, trying to live your life, taking care of business, but it's gone on a long time. Whatever the situation is about, you've been as patient as you can be. I think that you've been trying and trying and trying, right? This guy just keeps going every day. Now you're at the point where you can't deny it anymore. With the 2 of Swords, it's like you've had the blindfold on for a while. You know, here's my truth, here's your truth. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. And neither one of you can see it. So it's time to make a decision and come out of the 2 of Swords, which is usually an impasse. It's when we're not talking to each other, right? And I do think that this is a long-term or committed relationship with the Hierophant, something that you've been committed to for a long time. And you need to talk about it. It's like you got to take the blinders off at this point and see the truth of the situation. In the same row, we have discovering truth. Right? This card, the Hierophant, is about wisdom, truth, and what we have faith in. So if you haven't had faith in someone, or they haven't had faith in you, if there's been a breach of trust, if you've been in a state of impasse where you haven't been able to talk to each other, you know, and you've been going at it for a very long time in this state, something's got to give, right? Something's got to change about it. Okay, because that 10 of Wands is just impossible, right? Okay, so I think what's been happening is just either lack of communication, where you're just not talking to each other, you're not talking about it, you're skimming the surface or sweeping it under the rug and not saying anything, right? Silent treatment. Or you're arguing a lot, 5 of Swords, which then gets in your head, 8 of Swords, and then you go over it. Oh, I should have said this. Why did they say that? Well, that wasn't true. I shouldn't have said that. It's all of those things, right? When we go around and around on that hamster wheel and we repeat the conversations to ourselves because we can't figure out what we want to do, right? Especially in love relationships, because when you love someone, man, they've got real estate in the heart, right? They own a little piece of your heart. You've entrusted them with your heart and put a lot of effort in and a lot of investment in the relationship. So when this happens and there's either just so much silence or so much argument that becomes the modus operandi of the relationship, it gets in our head and then we get stuck. We put ourselves in a self-imposed prison where we don't know what to do. Is this sword the truth or that? Should I do this or should I do that? And we just keep getting encircled by the same reasoning, the same script, right? Okay, so 6 of Swords. We move forward from the 5 to the 6. The 6 of Swords is moving forward from conflict, walking away from conflict, deciding no more conflict, because we're moving towards smoother waters, a clearer sky, stormy sky, clearer sky. You can see that, right? Okay? because you got to get out of this, right? The bats and the belfry. We got to get out of that process. I'm not laughing at you, Cap. I'm just saying, you know, I'm laughing at the situation because it's just so true that we all do it, don't we? We all do it. But internally, subconsciously, you know you are ready to get on your horse and move on. Move quickly. I'm not saying that any relationship is necessarily over, but it needs to move forward. The swords is about how we think. So when we're moving forward mentally, right, intellectually, we've made a new choice. We've decided that we have to attack the problem, solve the problem in a new way. We need a new solution, right? So whether that's separating or staying together, it still requires a new solution. And that's where you are, the Fool, taking the risk to just start over, clean slate, tabula rasa, trying over to something new. 8 of Wands. The momentum's here. You have Jupiter in Sagittarius season, the holidays. This is a lot of communication. You could improve the relationship. You just have to really drop those wands. So let's go down the vertical. The Lovers, Knight of Pentacles. You've been in this relationship a while and working really hard on whatever this 5 of Swords conflict is. And you've been as patient as you can be. This can't stand anymore and you know it. That's why you're trying to break this trail and jackhammer your way through the soil, right? To get to the root of it, the root of the problem. 10 of Wands, it's too heavy. You can't hold it in anymore. You can't deny it anymore with the 2 of Swords. You can't think about it anymore. It's driving you nuts with the 8 of Swords, right? That's not a fun place to be. So Page of Swords, you just got to say it, right? It's like it's just going to trip off your tongue. It could come out in angry words, but one way or the other, the truth needs to be spoken. Because you have been committed to the relationship, whatever this is about. Now again, if it's not a relationship and this is just about making a choice for how to deal with someone in a relationship, it could be at work with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not saying it isn't. It could. This could be a work scenario and a work situation. But you know that. You know whether it's personal. Like I said, maybe 20% of you, maybe. Most of you, I see relationship. But you've been committed and you see the truth. There's no way around it. And you see a new way to do it with the Page. That's a new idea, okay? 6 of Swords, how to move forward. How to move forward to clear the air, to problem solve. This is the last card in the reading today. Big picture, you can and will solve your problem one way or another. You've made the choice because you're committed to the truth, right? Truth. Commitment, committed to the truth, to solving the problem and moving forward in life. All right? Rainbow blessings. This will bless your life, right? If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. Yeah. So doing something differently is definitely going to bless your life right now. All right? Whether you stay, whether you go, whether you stay together or separate one way or another, you are going to make the right decision here because you just cannot stay like this any longer. In the center of your reading, denying that it's just been too much. And you can't go on the way it's been, right? So, you got enough momentum, you can make the change. You can make it right now in Sagittarius season. And with the Sagittarian new moon, there's fire and inspiration. Try something different. All right. Thank you, Capricorn. I hope you have an excellent 2 weeks. Happy holidays to all of you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you Americans. And I will be back to talk to you in 2 weeks. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Thanks, guys. See you then.